and Tyesha.
It's a Tru2U Show.
We just wanna be true to you. We just wanna be true to you and Tyesha.
It's a Tru2U Show.
We just wanna be true to you. We just wanna be true to you.
Tru2U Show.
Nita and Tyesha. We just wanna be true to you. We just wanna be true to you.
Tru2U Show.
Nita and Tyesha. We just wanna be true to you. We just wanna be true to you.
Tru2U Show. You show. Yeah.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Tru2U Show. I'm Tyesha.
I'm Danita. Welcome.
This episode we're going to talk about family. A touchy subject around here. We're going to talk about first our relationship and how our family responded to our relationship in the beginning. And then the strides that we have made since then, almost 2 years.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, the strides that we've made since then, and where we stand today with our families. So, would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I'd like you to go first.
I bet you would.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my family, my mom was super supportive from day one. Because, if you don't know, I was married when I met Danita. And I was in a 21-year marriage when I met her. And even though there had been transgressions over the 21 years, I'm Jada. I was in, what you call them things? She said situation shit. No, she called it something else.
A situation.
Yeah.
Or no, what she say?
Entanglement. Yeah,
entanglement.
Entanglements on both parts. But I will say that with my ex-husband, he and I are basically we're the prototypes for forgiveness, because we learned that if you communicate and you let the other partner know how you feel, then when transgressions occur, that it's easier to not accept them for who they are, but forgive them because you know them. Put it that way. And we always believed in telling each other the truth, no matter how painful it is, because if you're in a relationship and you cheat on someone and you don't tell the person that you're with, you're really taking away their choice to still be with you. So it's important to be honest and to say, hey, this is what I'm lacking in this relationship, which is why this occurred. And that has proven to be a recipe that did last. I mean, we didn't divorce because of communications. We divorced because we said, hey, we love each other, but maybe we should try something else. Anyway, so with my family, it was hard, because it wasn't hard because it was a same-sex relationship. One of my sisters, she took it very hard. My baby sister, she took it real hard. And I didn't know why. I was kind of like, it's 2018. Okay, whatever. But she took it hard, and my brother took it hard. But they were not taking it hard because they had a problem with, I would say, a same-sex relationship. But as much as they had a problem with my marriage ending, because Kevin and I really never talked about our problems in marriage to anyone. We kept whatever's in our house. And so a lot of people didn't know that we were contemplating divorce, and that we were not together. So when it hit, everybody was like, "Oh my God, okay, stuff happens. Okay, we've had years into this, but people thought it was because of Nita." So let me clear that up. No, my divorce was not because of Danita.
It had nothing to do with that.
These problems occurred before I even met Danita.
I did not have relations with that woman.
So, so my family, it was more like my mom was like, whatever makes my daughter happy. My brothers and sisters, they talked amongst themselves. So I don't know what they were really talking about. But except one, which I had to give a shout out to my sister Teresa, because
Treat.
Teresa loves me. She loves me. So therefore, what I love, she loved. Whether she was with a same-sex marriage or not, she never really led on to whether she was or not. All she did was support me, which is her job. So if you know someone who's going through some of these things where their family members can make it real hard on them, not your job to judge them. It's your job to love them and support them. You can tell them what you feel is the right way, but you can't tell me what you feel is the right way. I was married to a preacher. You kind of know, I kind of got all that on wrap. I was the kind of person who was telling people that it was wrong. So I get it. I understand. Enough. It's enough. I understand how you feel, and I'm still happy over here. Even though you feel the way you feel, I can respect it. But over here, I had to make a choice which was best for me. So when it came to my family, which a lot of them are in church, and a lot of them, oh my God, the saints. We'll talk about that in a minute. But my family now, either I'm a different person than either. So I basically, if anybody tried disrespect, was like, okay, now if you value your teeth in your mouth, and if you value your life and the breath that you need to breathe, I will take that away if you disrespect my wife. Other than that, you can tell us how you feel, but keep it respectful. So my family is a little bit different now. They accept her. They have no choice. They don't, it's not a disrespectful type of thing. It's either you choose to rock with me or you choose to roll on. I mean, it's just that simple. Like, because I'm not going to entertain you. I'm not going to keep arguing with you back and forth over my choices, especially when I feel like after raising my brothers and sisters and their children, that this is a choice that I made for me. And so they have no other choice to respect it. I was really scared. I took Danita home to my family reunion. I was really scared because my family in Alabama are, so they saved. Their definition of it, on the most part, some of them, I do believe that their heart is where it needs to be. But some of them, I feel like, they're hypocrites. Oh, well, I don't care. So anyway, we had a family reunion. We had a church service in the family reunion. And I had said to one of my cousins, I said, now, if I get down here, somebody try to lay her out and put some oil on her, some water or something. Y'all gonna see Boone come out. And Boone ain't been out in a while. Cause don't touch my wife. No, at that time, she was my fiance, but I don't want to hear it. Love, in spite of, and keep it moving when you're dealing with me and mine. So we did have a height in that church service where the spirit was moving, and it affected her just as well as it affected me. And I was so proud of my family that they embraced her, and they loved her, and they prayed for her, and they held her, and they cried with her, and I was so proud of them because I was sitting back there like, okay, I need to take these nails off because I already know my family and I'm going to have to come out. But no, I was so very proud of them.
Everybody loves me. I'm a lovable person.
Yeah. So
Mommies, aunties, uncles, nieces, nephews, and cousins. Let's go.
So that's my story. We're going to make this short today because we're really just getting back in from taking family photos and we're tired. Yeah. But today we just decided to talk about family. And I love my family. I really do. I mean, they're crazy as hell. But at the end of the day, they're mine. And I love them. And I respect their values and I respect their viewpoints. I do. To a certain extent.
I guess that's where I pick up. Because some of my family viewpoints have been very disrespectful. And they have allowed a wedge on some lies to, come between our family. Granted, my mother's still going to always be there. She didn't take it easy in the beginning. Once she found out what the dynamic of the relationship was. And then when we had our pretty bad breakup at one point, my family knew about it. So they were still harboring those issues as well. But when you try to help someone in your family, and then they turn it against you, and then turn other family members against you, it's kind of very detrimental to the family dynamic. However, it didn't break nothing over here. So whatever that end game was supposed to be didn't work too well. So there is some discord still in my family. We just don't talk. But I talk to my mother almost every day. I talk to my grandmother at least every week or so. But yeah, that's about. I think my dad would have loved her. For one, she light skinned. He had a thing about light skin, too bright. If it ain't bright enough, it ain't right. So yeah,
My dad would have tried to turn her around, if y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah, mine would have probably attempted to. But yeah, so praise God for daddies. Yeah,
It's been hard for Danita. I sit back and I watch because really, I honestly feel like the idea that most people have in her family when it comes to me doesn't exist. So, but I respect her for not going back and forth with them. You know, it's kind of like, oh, that's what you think? Oh, okay then. All right then. Which I still encourage her to call your family, check on your family. You only get one. So at the end of the day, yes, we cannot choose them and we cannot choose their thoughts. But I really hope that sometime, you know, if people would really just sit down and they would think about certain things and they would really sit down for a second and really think, then you would realize that the connections, what you've heard, the story doesn't connect. You know why it doesn't connect? Because it's not real. But, you know, people can look at a situation.
it was real. It was real. It was two different aspects to it, but it was real. It just wasn't the full story. And
Right.
so instead of getting all
If you don't get all the story, you only get half the story, which
Right.
is not a real story.
true, but if I can forgive and I can let go and let God, everybody else needs to too. Period, point blank.
Vice versa.
'Cause vice versa. Yeah, everybody else needs to.
We chose at a point in our relationship that it was hard because we knew our families would not agree with it. But we chose at a certain point in our relationship that this is about me and her. This is about what we gonna do. Because at the end of the day, I read somewhere, I don't know if it was Facebook, I don't know if it was a publication, but it said at the end of the day, your family are the ones that's in the house with you when you cut your lights off at night and you get in your bed and you go to sleep. So when you take care of that core, when you take care of that, everything else is cool. I don't care how. I'm a little bit different than Anita. I don't give a shit. So me personally, I'm like, only thing where I care about, I want her to be okay when it comes to speaking to certain family members and talking to them. Because of me, I don't want you to stop talking to your family because your family is close. Now, whether they don't like me or not, come on, whoever don't like me, okay. Like I said, when you start writing some of these checks out, paying some of these bills, then your opinion counts. Until that point, up in here, it doesn't count. I mean, we love you all. But at the end of the day, we made choices for us. And I can say that I've never been into a relationship with a woman before I met Danita. And I can say that completely changed my life for the better. So that's all about family. I think. You want to say anything else about the family?
No, just
I'm about to go to these church people.
Just keep hope alive. Just pray for my family, and I will do the same for yours.
It's gonna be all right. It's really gonna be okay.
I have moments where I'm like, oh, I miss them so much, but then I have moments where I'm so relieved that you're not calling me in the wee hours of the morning talking about absolutely nothing.
The peace of it all.
It's peaceful. Oh, it's been real peaceful lately. However, I miss certain things, so
I'm sure you do.
we'll put that right there. Ain't nobody got time for tears right now.
Now, church folks,
I'm scared. That's the church family. We're going from biological family to church family. Ooh, I don't have them problems because
y'all make me sick. To ever think that my mind worked like that is sickening to my soul. It has nothing to do with loving God. It has nothing to do with where you are in your walk with God, because this is what I will tell you. What you see is love. And only love can come from God. And I'm not getting ready to preach. I'm not getting ready to go into all of that. You can call it counterfeit love. You can call it whatever you want. It's real. Because y'all know, well, most of y'all don't. So I tell you, I'm a recovering hoe. While I was in the church with dresses to the flow. And some of y'all knew about it, and it was okay. You smile, Kiki, girl, you crazy when he find out. Girl, you crazy. But you never once thought about having a shut-in praying for my soul then, did you? Did you think about preaching about it from the pulpit then, when you knew my business? Because I talked to you. I don't have enough sense to keep stuff under the rug. It's all coming out. So it was there. Everybody knew about it. It was there. Never tried to hide not one relationship I was in. But you thought that was cute. And then, since I've been in a relationship with Anita, I've been deleted from social media. I've been, oh, God, she's the devil. She's the devil. Let me ask you a question. You preachers, and I'm going to make this public so you can see it, and I might send it to you. You preachers that decide to delete people whose lives don't line up like yours, like you think they should line up. Who you preaching to? If you deleting everybody except the saints, who are you preaching to? That's the question you need to ask yourself. You got it all twisted and all wrong. You came for the sinners. You came to minister to the sinners. And if you think I'm in sin, that would be me. But no, because I'm married to a woman, I bet you I'm better to my wife than you are to yours. Ooh. On a good day. On a bad day. You don't like what's shoved in front of your face because you can't handle it. Most of y'all, I ain't even gonna say how I really feel about you. Half of y'all gay anyway, but you know, that's neither here or there. But what I will say is,
hold on, they gay? Or they
gay? They gay. They gay. Like my pastor used to say, my bishop used to say, half of y'all pants so tight he can reach credit card number in the back. Ooh. But that's okay. Ooh. When you playing the organ and dancing in the church, that's okay. When you preaching from the pulpit, that's okay. When you're doing the things that because you're pastor's son or pastor nephew, or you can twinkle your little hands on the keyboard, they let that shit go in the church. Then you get mad when the Holy Spirit jump in the pastor. Why? Because you ain't covering him. You ain't covering him. You too busy worried about what other people doing. Worry about yourself and worry about those who you have assignment over. Because just because you're in their churches doesn't mean you don't have assignment over them as well. Anyway, I'm not getting ready to go into that. But I'm going to say, like I said before, y'all sad. And you need to get it together. Because if you can't love the people of God, how can you love him? How? How can you say you love God when you don't love his children? That would be like her marrying me and not loving my son. Impossible. Ain't gonna happen. And it's to the point where it's like bishops want to call me now. You want to call me now? You didn't call me when you slandered me from the pulpit, except my boy. Shout out to my boy, Bishop Senegal. You don't care. You do what you're supposed to do. You did what you were supposed to do. But other than that, don't call my phone now. I sit here and I look at it ring. I look at it ring because when I needed your help, when I wanted your help, you're too busy bashing me and talking about me than to listen. If you're not here to produce souls to go into the kingdom, why are you here? Why? And it's 5 folds of ministry to make sure that it happen. But you cancel them out every time you cancel out a person of God because they're not living in the lifestyle you think they should be living in. Like, did you give them life? Did you breathe the Ruah breath in their life? No. Let God be God. Let him do what he do. And you mind your business and do what you need to do. Stay up out of mine because I'm telling y'all, I don't care. I'll blast you in a minute. It don't matter to me.
Tag in it. Hashtag.
But most of you out here, like I talked about on previous episodes, you want to come at me for married woman. How many kids you got out of wedlock? Smoke cigarettes, drink liquor, lie. Y'all stealing the church's money. Like y'all doing all kind of stuff out here. But then you come and look at me. Is your husband happy, little Miss Lady? You happy, baby?
I'm very happy.
Your husband happy? You run into that church trying to make sure pastor happy. You better make sure your husband happy. Let's go there. Stop picking at holes in other people's lives when you living in one this big. Stop it. And then it's ain't that throw their rocks, but then you hide your hands like I ain't did that. I ain't do nothing. I ain't say nothing. Y'all sad. Real sad.
She letting out all the tea.
Yeah, I'm letting out the tea because this is the time. This is my show. You don't like it, you know what? It's a like we tell you subscribe. You subscribe right now.
Subscribe.
You can also unsubscribe. The same button right down there.
Click the bell though. Even if you unsubscribe, I think you get notifications. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Shameless plug. Anyway, so it's all types of families out here that can really hurt you. And that's the reason I think why a lot of people, I think about going to church a lot. And I think about when COVID is up, I don't want to go to a gay church because that ain't what I believe in. I don't want to go to a church where the pastor is flaming. I just don't want to. That's my personal preference. But I do want to find a church home that accepts me for me, which is a child of God, which is in sin, out of sin, however you want to look at it. I got a name, and it's Tyesha. So I need to find a church that accepts Tyesha and Danita, Danita, and Latrell, and preaches the word of God instead of preaching on people's sins. Because you know, all y'all out here talking about, oh, that's gay, that fag, that this, that, all the names y'all use. Men, do you know that in the Bible, men wore skirts?
They're wearing them now. The rappers wearing them now is a problem.
No. I'm saying for all you manly men.
No, rappers are wearing them now. Manly men.
Yeah, but they're not looking at them like manly men. They're looking at them like maybe men. But you manly men, you stand in the pulpit, you preach against everything else. I don't need you to stand up there and preach with a skirt on.
No, they have their whole apron. That's a dress.
I want the ones
that
who
is a dress.
I want the ones who preach it.
That robe. Oh, but the robe, that's a dress. FYI, it's a robe, but it's a dress.
You get
Now, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a robe, whether you got pants on under it or not, is a dress.
How do they feel like they need to wear those? I'm gonna have to do some research
with the robe.
Yeah.
What's the reason for the robe? I don't know.
Makes you more holier.
Could be. I'm not sure.
I'm just saying, when I was in the choir and I was in the pulpit,
I wore robes in the choir, and the guys wore robes in the choir. It's a dress. Robe, aka dress. Hashtag a robe is a dress.
Well, this episode has basically been about, you explain what this episode has been about.
Men wearing dresses? No, I'm playing. Family. Family, dysfunction in family, whether it's biological or it's spiritual or it's just other niggas on the street.
Oh, but I will give a shout out to the ones that have been down, like Tiffany Stedman. I'm going to put you out there, sis. I don't care. Another perfect example of loving someone and not loving their sin. My sister loves me. You understand what I'm saying?
She loved me more than she loved you. You don't know it. You love me more than you love her. You knew her longer, but you love me more. Don't tell nobody.
Well, this particular sister also I'm going to give her a plug here. On Thursday nights, she has a prayer call for women. Women only. Women only. Women with the body parts that say you're a woman. You know them? Yep. You. So, Thursday nights, tune in if you can. It is a prayer hour that I promise you will change your life. It's a lot of the prophetic being spoken, as well as just give us hope. I know since we've started this, she started probably about a month and a half ago. I've seen a tremendous increase in my prayer life and my faith and my strength. So and giving up things that I don't need. I am really, really, really working toward that. And I think those prayer calls are really the center of it. So if you're not doing anything Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, always check my Facebook page because I always post the link on Thursdays. So I post the link on my Facebook page, Tyesha Condrey-Smallwood.
The link will also be posted in the description below.
Down there.
Because it don't change.
Yeah, it doesn't change. But on Thursdays, invite a sister, come on out with us and lift up
Zoom
God.
calls.
Yeah, it's a Zoom call. And so we would love to have you on to pray with us.
Yeah.
That's about it.
We all need some faith
Yep.
and some prayer.
Yep.
Prayer for our families.
Well, till next time, everybody, I'm Tyesha.
I'm Nita.
Stay true to you.
True to you. Peace.
Tyesha. We just wanna be true to you. We just wanna be true to you.
Tru2U Show.
Tyesha.